Hello. How are you doing? In honor of Mother Wendy, this is going to be my episode recap of Abbott Elementary. I don't know the exact name of the episode, but I'm going to name it. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll go ahead and name it myself. I'm going to name it Jealous Gregory, Envious Gregory, Pressed Like a Panini Gregory. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this episode. I normally do a rewatch. I'm going to try to go off of memory strictly on this recap for the simple fact that I watched it live and I want to hurry up and get it out to you. So let's get started. Now, my recollection tells me that the episode opens up with Janine and Gregory, of course. Janine is back at school. She's excited. And he sees flowers on her desk. And he's like, Gregory sees the flowers on her desk. He's like, where do these flowers come from? He's like, I believe those flowers are from the district. And then she said, yeah, they're from the district. Very interesting, huh? So then we go to the teacher lounge. And we find out that Shamiti, Barbara, and Ava and Mr. Johnson are in a book club. But guess who's excluded? But Jacob. And Jacob feels some kind of way that he's excluded from the book club. Like, what's really going on? Why am I being excluded from the book club? Well, we know, Jacob, you're a little bit wound too tight, aren't you? And they want to have fun in the book club. But the new librarian is also a part of the book club. So Jacob runs into Gregory out in the hallway. He's like, look, man. Me and my new guy, we going on a date tonight, and I was thinking maybe you should come on a double date with us. He's like, Gregory's like, oh, man, yeah, I know. Man, I think I need to start dating and get out these apps. So he agrees to go on a double date. So they decide that they're going to have the book club meeting in the gym at the school. The day pursues. Gregory find out that he has a lot in common with the lady. I'm going to call her the EMT because, baby, I don't remember her name. Like I said, this is one of those recaps. See, because in my other recaps, normally when I do a rewatch, I'll rewatch it and then get the characters' names that I missed. I don't get enough views on these recaps anyway to go back and, pull up names and stuff like that. If I did, then I probably would. But again, Abbott Elementary is definitely a labor of love. I really don't know why I don't get that many views on it because I do DC, Love and Marriage DC, good views. For 1,000 subscriber channel. ABC's biggest show, 25, 26 views. But that's neither here nor there. I love the show. Anyway, so they're in the gym, and the book is about survival. And this book is, to me, the epitome of The Walking Dead, right? Because what they're talking about is like, how would you survive in the midst of maybe an apocalypse or something like that, or maybe even a temporary apocalypse. You really can never be 100% prepared because my friend, one of my best guy friends, his name was Larry. He used to, he watched The Walking Dead. He was obsessed with it. Ironically, Gregory was in The Walking Dead, but that's neither here nor there. He was obsessed with The Walking Dead, and he always told me to always be prepared. So I have a lot of things, at my disposal. I always have rice. I always have tuna, because tuna really never spoils in that can. It has the expiration date on it, but as long as you don't open it, it never really spoils. Then you have honey. So you can live a whole lifetime off of honey. Honey can survive thousands of years, and no human is going to survive an apocalypse for 1,000 years anyway. So That's neither here nor there. As long as you have bees, you have honey. As long as you have honey, you have something to survive off of. He taught me all of that. Okay. So, Johnson, Mr. Johnson, and the other teacher, who name escapes me as well, but he's very, very nonchalant, very cool, very laid back. And see, Jacob is jealous because he's in the book group, and he's not because he's so laid back, but he's laid back like this because he's trying to stay calm because he's going through a divorce. So Mr. Johnson and Ava are more like I would say the Daryls of the group, more like, with the brute force survival techniques. We got to survive by any means necessary. Then you have Barbara. Baby, just let me tell you, unless Jesus is already back, ain't no amount of prayer gonna bring you the manna from heaven that you looking for. Like in those quote unquote Bible stories. Honey, it ain't gonna happen. And many times I sat around here and prayed that I get something to eat when I was hungry. The only way I went out and had my food to eat was if I went to the store and bought it. So back to the heart of what we really want to get into, because the survival part, it was the comic relief. But let's get down to the day, honey. This is what the show is about. This was the episode was about. This is the good concrete information that we need to show that we want to get Gregory out of his little jealousy stomp. Because what do we see? They all arrive at the restaurant. Next thing you know, we see Manny, oh, sexy Manny. Ooh, I get to see Manny again. Hallelujah. And Janine. So Janine is there with Tyreek and her friend Kim and Manny. And Gregory is having a fit. He's sitting there, he's drinking. He can't concentrate on his own day. She's talking to him. He's steady looking at Janine. Janine got on a freakum dress. Even his date says that she has on a freakum dress. And when I tell you Janine looked cute over there with that high pony, he just couldn't contain himself. He just kept talking about Janine. Well, Janine does this and Janine does that. And he's over, does Manny have a beard? Maybe she like dude with beards. You know what I'm saying? So back at the school, we have the survivors, right? And now they are just like they are in The Walking Dead. So everybody is, coming up with what they'll do. You have the smart team. You have, like I said, the team that is more about survival of the fittest. I am a survivor. I'll take you out so I can survive instead of working as a team. And that, to me, that's the sort of like how Daryl was in The Walking Dead. Daryl and I can't think of her name right now, but anyway, the older lady with the gray hair. So, but Rick was more of the mindset that if I win, we all need to win, right? So that's why he was actually the leader. But they always booked up against Rick for some reason. But Rick was smart. And really, in a way, that's Shamita and Mr. Johnson, even though they have their more bare bones approach to it. That's them. But, the librarian's like, come on, guys, we're not really literally in the book. But they were acting like they were literally in the book. And so some wings arrive, and whoever ordered the wings, then Janine, I always say Janine, Ava ends up still in the wings. So that's neither here nor there. Back to the date. And so Gregory is having a fit. So he finally just said, okay, I'm about to go over here and see if they're on the date. So wow, I see you guys are here. And Janine was like, hey, Gregory, what's up? And he's like, so, I'm over here on a date, and you are? Yeah, I had to tie some loose ends over here with Manny, and then, it's not a date, so nobody's here on a date. What about Tyreek and Kim? Me and Kim? Nah, I'm just here for the PTA. So nobody's on a date. And that eases his mind. But by the time he goes back to his date, which they were just at the bar as a buffer to, they were just at the bar as a buffer to go to the next date, which was supposed to be dinner. They ended up losing their dinner reservations. And then he tells his date, maybe I can see you again sometime. She said, pat him on the shoulder. Yep. Because remember, she's an EMT. In an emergency situation, if you have an accident, buddy, I'm there. And she walks out. Hello. I would have done the same thing, but his mind stayed on Jeanette. So back at the school, we find out that the survival team I think the librarian left, if I'm not mistaken. But with the survival team, the only people that's still there is Ava, Mr. Johnson, Barb, and Schmidt, I believe. And even the teachers had started coming in, and some of the parents had read the book too, and they missed the whole point of the book. And then who else breaks down the book? But I think her name is Shanika or Shaquita or the one that quit, that they thought had quit from last week, who was, that wasn't last week, that was the week before last. They hadn't played an episode in 2 weeks. But anyway, the cafeteria staff that they thought had quit, but she said she was quit. She came in and broke down the book, and they were like, oh, that's what it was about. So that she's like, y'all funky, go home and take a shower, and then come back in and take care of these kids like you supposed to do. I can't believe y'all sat up in here all night over a book that y'all all missed the point of. And so the wings and stuff was still in there. Mr. Johnson comes in. Mr. Johnson, he comes in to clean up. He was like, so y'all just gonna leave this mess for me to clean up? I know that's right, Mr. Johnson. So back at the after the date, Jacob really realizes that Gregory is deeply, deeply infatuated with Janine. But see, the thing about it is, he always has been. And it shakes my little spirit when I see their interactions, because I always feel, and I just feel this way, I feel like shows that have a hit and miss love story always jump the shark. When the couple finally gets together, you want them to get together really, really bad. But see, I'm scared because usually when they get together, the show gets canceled. Because I'm thinking, remember Moonlight? Remember when Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd had the back and forth? And then they would date other people. And finally they get together and the show gets canceled. Because, the hit or miss is gone. So there's no storyline for that anymore. So it's kind of boring when they finally get together, in my opinion. And then you have, my other one was Who's the Boss? Was it as interesting when Angela and Tony got together? I don't know. I'm just saying. Yes, I do want them to get together. I'm just saying that element of the hit or miss when they do finally get together is gone. So where do they go from there? It's kind of boring watching them going out on dates and stuff when they finally do get together. But if they can find a way to keep this show going while they're together as a couple, then, hey, go for it. Because that's what the audience wants. The audience wants them to get together, and they do make the cutest couple. When I say they make a cute couple, yes. And so he's so jealous of Manny and his sexy beard that he decides to grow one. And I was like, man, have you started growing your beard yet? And I was like, he's like, yeah, I'm working on it. He brushing his beard, brushing his face. Man, you ain't doing nothing but brush your face, Mr. Johnson said. Next thing you know, Jacob walks in. He's like, man, where's your beard, man? I thought we were doing this together. And really, that's the end of the episode. Thank you guys for my 24 views that do watch my Abbott Elementary views. But when I tell you, this show is awesome to me. Always has been. Like I said, when I started doing recaps, I said, I am definitely going to recap the show. And with that said, as I do when I close, I'm going to chuck them up. Deuces, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Watch my recaps for this show. I know you don't, this show does not need my recaps. to promote it. It's just fun. It's just a fun thing going back and forth with people who I know actually really like the show like I do. Again, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell button, and you'll be notified when I upload a video on Abbott Elementary and the many, many other shows that I recap. Side note, when I tell you these damn cicadas getting on my doggone nerve, driving me cuckoo for Cocoa Bus. If y'all can hear me in my video, just overlook that.